Hi Sagittarius, welcome to Lit Intuition Tarot. My name is Kay, and today I'll be doing your weekly love reading. Happy holidays to all those who celebrate. I'd like to mention that in the description box below there is my weekly schedule there, subject to change. And you'll note that I do a weekly love reading for y'all as well as just a weekly general reading. However, formats and spreads do vary from week to week. So if this is not your style of reading, please check me back another week. If it does resonate with you, please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell to be made aware of my future uploads. Also, in the description box below, there are instructions for how to donate to my channel if you're so inclined. If so, thank you. Also, there's a list of the decks that I use, both tarot and oracle decks. I have a few more on the way for variety. And there's a link to my website as well, where you can order a personalized avatar birth chart, or book a reading with me via Zoom meeting or pre-recorded reading. My full mission statement is below there as well on the webpage, and it describes how I don't particularly care to telepathically channel other people without their knowledge or consent. Therefore, most of my love readings are based on you. In this particular case, we'll be looking at perhaps some patterns or issues that you've experienced in previous connections or even in a current one, whether that be a romantic connection, business partnership, family relationship, or friendship. Take it as it resonates. Often these readings do go more in a romantic direction, so just take it as it resonates. And with all that, we'll get started. Spirit, please show me Sagittarius and love this week. So yeah, this will focus on some areas where maybe you could improve things in your relationships. First out, we have the Page of Swords. I'll go ahead and lay out all the cards and then get to the reading of them. Thank you, Spirit. Please show me Sagittarius and love this week. I'm using the Santa Muerte Tarot today for this reading. Next out, we have the Four of Cups. Cancer energy. Show me Sagittarius. Oh, there's one that's flipped over under that. Let me fix that. Okay. I'll only take the top card. Spirit, please clarify Sagittarius and love. Next card to flip over, we have the Nine of Pentacles that came out in the other two fire signs as well today, Leo and Aries. Just wanted to mention that in case you have those placements in your chart. And of course, signs don't always matter. That's a Virgo card, but I just like to mention them for those that it may be a confirmation. Thank you, Spirit. Please show me Sagittarius and love this week. All right, next we have Judgment, Major Arcana for Scorpio energy. Sagittarius and love. Knight of Cups. Scorpio, Pisces, sometimes Cancerian energy. If you hear my neighbors talking outside, I apologize. I think they're right outside my window. Spirit, please show me Sagittarius and love this week. Okay, I won't take those that fell. Spirit knows I take the ones that flip over in my hand only. It just kind of helps me to know for sure. Then we have this Ace of Swords that came out. That's Aquarius, Gemini, Libra energy. And also Leo had that in the same spot. One more. Spirit, please show me Sagittarius and love this week. Okay, the last card out is the Devil. Major Arcana for Capricorn energy. Okay. Give me a moment while I meditate on the cards, please, Sagittarius, and we'll get to the interpretation. Oops. Okay. Okay. So, Sag, it looks like what you are desiring or have, whether in current connections or past ones, perhaps in future ones, is more information. Excuse me. So, whereas previous connections may have been based on the fiery energies, passion, lust, excitement, or even emotional ones, spiritual ones, whatever the case may be, you may have jumped into situations where you didn't know everything that you probably should have known going in. So kind of like an impulsive feeling that I'm picking up from these cards that maybe you've dealt with in the past. And so you'd like to go in and, you've realized through these experiences leading up to now that it might be best to clarify some things before you make any kind of commitment or go into a connection. So not just basing things on superficial things like how much money somebody makes or what they look like, but really kind of digging in and finding out, whether it's meeting someone on a dating site, for instance, and Googling them once you have their first and last name. That's not creepy or stalkerish. It can actually just be a form of self-protection, so that you find out perhaps if this person has a, criminal record, if they're on the sex offender registry, just some basic things like that. So I don't know if you've been burned like that, Sagittarius. I hope not. But if so, this is showing that in the future you intend to correct that. Your expectations haven't always been met in the sense that, and you may not have seen eye to eye with connections, in the sense that you feel like you've either missed out on opportunities with others by being too independent, or others have passed you up as an opportunity because they were too independent. Now, if I'm speaking to a Sagittarius, you guys are not known for sure for being the type that just jumps into, deep emotional unions. You're a little more cautious. You like to kind of explore your options and, so you're not stereotypically known as somebody who wants like a codependent partner, somebody who's clingy, or, so don't take it to the extreme. But it is saying that in the past, there's either you or the other person trying to maintain the self-sufficiency and independence, and that's a beautiful thing. But it can leave the other person feeling like, well, yeah, but what about me? While I appreciate the fact that you're not codependent, don't overlook me. Don't just be like bored, taking me for granted, being apathetic about the relationship, and excuse me, and passing up on what could be a good connection. So it's kind of like, yeah, hey, I'm a Sagittarius. I like to go out there and see variety and check out what's on the horizon and have this sense of adventure. But that doesn't mean that we should pass up, a deeper emotional connection component. There has to be some degree of emotional connection, in other words, for you in order to feel comfortable or to proceed in a connection. So maybe this is just saying that although a lot of your relationships can be light and playful, and that's not a bad thing, it's like, well, don't overlook the fact that I still have a heart. What's not being confronted, or perhaps has not been confronted in a current or in previous connections leading up to now? With the Judgment, it talks about things coming back around, second chances, the past, reappearing in your life. It often encourages us, though, to make a final decision in some kind of matter. So perhaps you've either dealt with people that were maintaining this independence and not seeing you as an opportunity, or rejecting you because they were still involved in previous connections where they could not break free, such as, they reconciled with an ex and you were just kind of a rebound, or vice versa. Take it as it resonates, because the roles can be reversed. So Spirit is saying what needs to be confronted is to look, at some of these previous connections and figure out whether you want to come to sort of a reckoning with that situation, in the sense of, okay, this is what happened. I have to find my closure with or without this other individual, and therefore put, the past to rest, making a final decision there, or whether there's this one situation that keeps coming back around. and perhaps I haven't really dealt with it, I haven't healed from it, or I haven't figured out, gotten my closure, whatever the case may be. And so I'm going to reconcile with this energy, and, finally get to the bottom of it, see if it can work, now that I've had this newfound knowledge. So yeah, take that as it resonates. What you would need to let go of or release, this Knight of Cups energy. So the Knight of Cups is expressive. It's, I don't know if I mentioned it, I think I probably did, but to me I see it as Scorpio or Pisces, sometimes Cancer. But it's a water energy, so it is about emotions. But the Knight of Cups, they're not a king, so they're not completely mature emotionally, and they can be a little flighty in that sense. I don't see the Knight of Cups as being insincere, but this is an energy of someone who might fall in love today and then fall out of love tomorrow when they fall in love with someone else. This is a person who will show you that they care. They'll bring offers, gifts, chocolates, roses, trips, whatever the case is, like to woo you. And as I said, I don't think that their intentions come across as negative all the time, especially since this Knight of Cups is in the upright. But it can be kind of a dreamy energy of like, oh, my knight in shining armor, regardless of gender. So it's saying in order to sort of keep the peace in your connections, you might want to let this go, this ideal of a person who's going to come sweep you off your feet and see you as like something that they're pursuing as their top priority. Sometimes people do have to deal with issues from the past and stuff. And so in that case, maybe just give it a little space to develop, a little room for you or for the other person to deal with their past in order to be fully committed to the connection with you. But yeah, so you might want to let go of expecting this person to constantly kind of like come towards you, pursue you, cater to you, meet your emotional needs, especially if you keep running, and maybe this is why, because sometimes we attract our wound and not what we really want, because we're still in that vibration of that wound. And so you might be attracting these partners that are a little too independent for your taste and might reject a deeper connection with you, because, you're needing to let go of this energy of someone pursuing you. I think I've made my point clear and I'm talking in circles now, but I just wanted to say everything that was in my head. As far as what is your heart telling you, with the Ace of Swords, I had a little bit of a difficult time interpreting this for Leo, but I came to the conclusion that, this is saying that, so the Aces are about new beginnings, and the Ace of Swords is about truth and clarity and communication too. So, it's saying that you are able to, your heart's telling you to kind of make a new start based on what you know. That doesn't mean leave emotions out of it. It doesn't mean leave practical concerns out of it. And it doesn't mean leaving passion or creativity out of it, the other suits we're talking about. But it means start from a basis of clarity, of, okay, these are things that I've dealt with in the past. These are things that people I have dealt with in the past are also, dealing with. Sorry to overuse the word dealing, but you get my drift. And so now, I recognize these things. The light of truth has come to me. And the next connection that I have, or even in the connection I have currently, I want to start with this fresh energy of operating on what I know to be true, on logic, truth, and clarity. Okay. I do feel like I'm repeating myself a lot in this reading, Sagittarius. I apologize if that's the case. Don't let it bug you too much. Sometimes when I tap in, it just kind of comes to me that way. But the final card here in your spread is what you really need to heal in order to be the best partner, significant other, spouse, friend, family member, take it as it resonates, that you can be. And that's the Devil. So the first thought here is, oh, well, that's an easy one. Let go of the devil to heal. Well, of course, it's not always that easy. So first, bring in the clarity and truth that your heart's trying to bring you, to look at where your toxicity may be. We all have some somewhere. To look at where your addictions, codependencies, unhealthy connections, that kind of energy may be. And that can have to do with anything from, sex, gambling, food, manipulating others, anger, jealousy, whatever it may be for you, Sagittarius. It's different for everyone, but these are components that make up the energy of the devil. It's not always a horrible thing. It's just kind of calling attention to what we need to heal, which is what this position in the spread is. So look more deeply, dissect some things about what has caused you to repeat some of the same karmic patterns and address those issues and work on healing that energy. So while that may seem vague, you'll know what it is for you, Sagittarius. I appreciate your time and patience if you've made it this far. If this resonated with you, again, please like, share, subscribe, tap the notification bell, and happy holidays, everyone. Come see me again soon. Thanks, Sag. Bye.